Taylor to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They run it again with Williams. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return for the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Jets had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On the counter, here's Williams. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. This defense tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. That is caught. It's Williams. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Carlson now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Carlson now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tua toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ball red. Blue striking. Yellow blue. Steel black.
In motion left comes Brown.
White, white. Green jack.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. taken at about the 36. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Here we go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yellow. Red. Yellow. Black shot.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Red cycle. Drill green. Cluster 6. Black ultra. 6.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. Sly able to put this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
To throw again on 2nd down, Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The sack there by Rasheed Green. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On play action, here's Tua. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jonathan Taylor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets have got it back to within his... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Prescott to throw it. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Ready, go.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jets. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott looks to throw on first. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Black shot. Stick. Red. Red. Cycle. Real green.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And this is caught. It's Brown. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Light blue. Dog red. Blue stripes. Yellow blue. Hey, blue. Hey, green.
Tua, the final shot before half. Able to complete this, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, left side. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaud. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. There's Prescott. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. On play action, Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Seahawks 42, Jets 29.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tariq Woolen picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Red, cycle, trail green. Blaster, 6. Black ultra, light blue. Set.
Tua on 4th down. Going deep here for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jonathan Taylor, 70 yards. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Seattle. 67 yards. Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade, but I know they're happy to have it.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have them because they provide big-time targets.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. Williams will try again. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
We haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Uses the stiff arm. And some room to run now. 154 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Black shot.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sione Takitaki. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing him to...
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Prescott. Touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Seahawks 64, Jets 36.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And cycle.
Tua now on first down. Flush to his right. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On the counter, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jets on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jonathan Taylor. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The 2 are going to try and throw for it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. Oh, Prescott stripped. And they they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, anytime down here in the red zone that you can get a running back going lateral to the line of scrimmage, that's a plus for the defense. We all hear about the offensive guys saying, get north and south, get upfield. They didn't allow it at all on that play.
Black Ultra. Black Blue. Claws red. Blue is stripers. Yellow blue.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Smash, red. White, white.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Jets. From 21 yards away. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him at the end zone there, this game's over. You locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Dexter Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Red, cycle. Drill green. Cluster, 6. Ready?
Now Tua. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Blue striker. Yellow blue.
Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tariq Woolen picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Well, Prescott here to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Finding room at midfield. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And some room to work. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 48 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer.
third down, as a defender, all you're thinking about is getting off the field. How do you stop this last play? But if you don't wrap up when you tackle and you play it back like this, all of a sudden he's taking it to the house, and now you're looking at each other wondering, what did we do wrong on that play?
Now to it, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete, so unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Throwing here, Prescott. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
There, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Play action now, Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
4th down, Prescott. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Seahawks, it's a dream start. 2 wins.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, you know I go, you know I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best.